Davinator right here, and before anything else, I'm sorry, okay? I'm really sorry it's been so long since we posted a video. I mean, we were meaning to, for a while there we were starting to post videos a bit more consistently, but it's kind of tapered off, and I'm really sorry, guys. I seriously am. I didn't mean to go so long without posting a video for you guys, and I promised to get you this Alien review a while back, but now, finally here. This is the conclusion of the horror film review spree, and well, I guess it kind of works out because, I mean, really, horror films, I mean, what are they associated with? Halloween, October, fall, stuff like that for the most part. And so it's fitting that I should, post this review just a couple days before Halloween. So I guess it kind of worked out in that way, but sorry, just things happened. It got to the point where I couldn't, bring this review to you guys. But anyway, so finally, I'm going to be able to post this video for you guys. And just so you know, like, for the, I recorded a few videos before this, and or some of them were before I got my haircut, and then some were after I got my haircut, and I think the ones that I'm going to post before, or after I got my haircut, I'm going to post before that, so if my hair, like, grows all of a sudden, don't be weirded out. But anyway, so, finally, Alien. This Alien is one of my favorite films of all time. It's directed by Ridley Scott. It was released in 1979. The screenplay was written by Dan O'Bannon and Ronald Shusett. However, it was rewritten by David Giler and Walter Hill. Because, really, when you get down to it, the original script for this film was actually pretty bad. Now, I've actually taken the time to actually read the original script written by Dan O'Bannon and Ronald Shusett. And I hate to say it, but it is a terrible script. It's really bad. The characters are bad. The dialogue's bad. The alien is just, not nearly as cool as it turns out to be in the movie. And a lot of things are changed. Were changed, but, and, I mean, as much as, like, watching the documentary, like, when I first saw the documentary before I read the script by Dan O'Bannon, I was like, oh, man, that sucks that they rewrote the script. But, really, I get it. I mean, David Giler and Walter Hill, they wrote a pretty good script. But anyway, yeah, so overall, this film is about essentially the equivalent of trekkers out in space. Now, they're in this huge ship that's going out through space, and they've just, finished harvesting from plants, and, they're done, so they're heading off home. And the crew of 7 is sleeping in cryotubes, but then, not even quite halfway home, they're woken up. And they think, like, they're woken up, they think at first that, like, oh, we're here, we're home, we're back at Earth, but nope, that's not how it is. They've stopped very close to a planet called LV-426. Now, there's a distress signal coming from this planet, and so they're legally obligated to, like, they will be fired or have their pay deducted from them if they don't investigate this. So, reluctantly, they go down and see what's going on. And through a matter of events, which I'll get through, because this is a spoiler review, an alien of some kind gets on board, and everyone has to survive. And what you get is just an endlessly classic horror film. I mean, not just me, it's obviously not just my opinion. I mean, I love this movie. I definitely think it should be considered a classic, but yeah, I mean, pretty much everyone loves this film. It's kind of, you'd be hard-pressed to run into a cinephile or just a normal person on the street, just be like, hey, you like the movie Alien? Generally, like 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna be like, yeah, the movie's awesome. Everyone loves Alien. This is a great movie. And I apologize if I'm reiterating a bunch of points that people have already made in other reviews, because this movie's been picked apart for decades. Everyone knows why it's great, so I'm gonna try to, make my perspective relatively unique, but, I'll do my best. But anyway, so it's a pretty slow movie. It's not quite 2001: A Space Odyssey slow. Like, people have told me, like, oh, I don't really get why people like Alien so much. It's really boring. Sit down and watch 2001: A Space Odyssey. Sit down through 2.5 hours of that and tell me that Alien's boring. Not bagging on 2001: A Space Odyssey. That's also a video for another time. I do like 2001: A Space Odyssey. I'm just saying, Alien's not a boring movie. And especially since the cinematography and direction is just gorgeous. This movie is one of the greatest looking films ever made. I mean, this, not just from the special effects standpoint, because the special effects look truly mind-blowing. These are just incredible special effects. There are very few instances to where I've said, like, I've seen shots in movies of ships out in space and been like, that looks more real than Alien. Alien looks so much better than the majority of special effects that you get nowadays. I'm not even just talking about CGI. I'm talking about its contemporaries at the time. It's the best of the best as far as special effects go, but it mixes and mashes so well with the cinematography. I mean, Ridley Scott has an incredible eye for direction, and yeah, just the panning around shots. It kind of reminds me of John Carpenter's The Thing, although John Carpenter's The Thing came after this, so maybe I should say John Carpenter's The Thing kind of reminds me of Alien. But yeah, just like the opening, you just get that long shot and the letters are popping up, and that's that really cool looking shot of space, and then you just get the couple minutes of the camera just going around and all over the place, going over and under equipment. It's just like sometimes you get still shots, and just throughout the entire movie, the film just looks truly amazing. It's an incredible looking film. There are very few films that I can say look as beautiful as this movie does. So anyway, moving on from the visual aspect, what else is great? Everything else, the acting is so good, and the characters are every bit as good as the acting that accompanies the characters. Sigourney Weaver, obviously, is terrific in this movie. Sigourney Weaver is my favorite actress, period. Number one, favorite actress of all time. I'm a big fan of Sigourney Weaver. She's just so great in this movie. She's tough, but she's not as tough as she is in the later films in the series. She's not just, like gruff tough, shooting everything down with a machine gun. No, she has a personality. She's not like, just a gruff tough soulless douche or anything. No, and there are scenes where, you see her break down, and like as it starts out, it's just like, yeah, she's a really likable character. But as it goes on, you really get to see some emotion, and Sigourney Weaver just did a great job conveying the emotion. But yeah, all the other characters are great. Parker, Dallas, Kane, they're all really good characters, and they're all done really well. And if anything, part of me kind of wishes that all of them would have been in the movie for a longer period, because, of course, when the alien finally gets on the ship, all the characters getting picked off, and it's not like a normal horror film where you're just like, yeah, kill him, it's not, you're like, oh, dang, no, not that guy, oh, dang it, why them? It's kind of bums you out because the characters are really likable. The dialogue, I don't hear enough people mentioning this, but the dialogue in this movie is actually very well written. It's clever, it's witty, but it's not unrealistically clever and witty. It's not, like the movie Aloha, for instance. It's supposed to be like really clever dialogue and witty, but it just feels like, yeah, a really clever dude sat down and wrote all this dialogue, but human beings don't talk like that. This is clever, but not too clever. They feel like actual human beings sitting down, and the dialogue in this film is very realistic and clever and well delivered, and the characters well written. Now, even the whiny, just not Brad, but just the whiny character in this movie actually works. That would be Lambert. I can't remember the actress's name, to be honest, but the actress who played Lambert, she really writes a line. Now, she is just that close, to being so annoying and over the top that she almost ruins the movie with her whining and crying, because she's supposed to be the anchor to the audience. And this is an instance to where, these types of characters, either they don't go, or the actor doesn't go far enough, and you just don't really care about the character, they're just bland, supposed to be the anchor to the audience, but you don't really care for them, or they just go too far, and they're like, ah! And they're just running around just screaming. It's like, shut up, someone kill her. But the actress did a great job. She's just really good in this movie, and she writes that line, and she's just serious and loud enough to catch your attention, but she's not too annoying. She's not annoying at all. You completely understand her, and a lot of first-time viewers of this movie back in 1979 felt this, it just pretty much felt like her. Apparently, they're just sitting there because this really is a scary movie. Now, I've seen it quite a few times. I've seen it quite a few times at this point, and so when I sit down and watch it, I'm not scared. I can watch it in pitch black. Generally, I'm not scared, but that's just because I know everything coming. The first time I saw this movie, it creeped me out pretty bad. It's a pretty scary movie. But anyway, I suppose I should talk about the actual alien itself. Now, H.R. Giger, or Hans Rudolf Rudy Giger, Rudy is his nickname, but the HR stands for Hans and Rudolf. Anyway, Hans Rudolf Giger. He was an artist, and he unfortunately died a couple of years ago. But he was just this incredible incredible artist, and he made just the most disgusting but beautiful artwork. He made this art book called Necronomicon, which contained a lot of illustrations that, as soon as Dan O'Bannon saw him, he was basically like, that's what the alien needs to look like. That's how it has to be. And so illustrations for this creature that you see in his art book Necronomicon were actually taken out of that and put into the movie. And the alien looks almost like 80% the same as that. And it really is an incredible design. I mean, just H.R. Giger was an incredible artist. It's so sad that he's gone. And yeah, just his art is just amazing. It's so gross. It really is like disturbing. There's few instances to where I've just looked at art and art that's meant to, repulse and be disgusting, and just been like, oh, what is that? The same way that I have for H.R. Giger's artwork. He was just so good. And the alien is the scariest thing ever. There is no movie monster that is scarier than the alien. Nothing at all. The Thing in John Carpenter's The Thing, that's close. And as for other monsters, I mean, like the shark in Jaws, that's pretty scary. Jaws is a scary movie, but nothing is scarier than the xenomorph in Alien. Now, the chestburster scene. Obviously, we all know the way that the alien gets on the ship is Kane. He goes down, he finds a bunch of eggs. One thing opens up, and I really like that sound effect when the egg opens up. That they don't have that sound effect in any of the other Alien films, any of the sequels. They don't have the steam blowout. They don't have the. But yeah, I really like that steam, and then it just jumps out. I remember the first time I saw the movie. It really made me jump. I was like, oh my gosh. Because actually, I'll admit, the first Alien movie I saw was technically the first Alien vs. Predator, so I knew what facehuggers were, but for some reason, I don't know why I was under this impression, but I thought that the facehuggers were created in Aliens, and you don't see a facehugger in the first movie. I thought that it was just an alien. The alien just gets on the ship when they land. But so it surprised me, and don't ask why. I don't know why I thought that. I didn't know that an alien got inside Kane and burst out. And yeah, that chestburster scene is just it's really violent. Like that made or broke the movie for quite a few critics. Like a lot of people or a lot of critics were just like, the movie sucks. It's just so disgusting and overly gory and violent. It's just blood. If you watch the movie, Alien really isn't that gory. I mean, there's occasional moments to where it's like, ooh, there's a brain sticking out of the guy's head, But it's brief. It only shows it for a split second. The only really, really violent scene in the movie is the chestburster scene, partially because of just John Hurt's excellent performance. That scene is just so disgusting. He's like writhing around and having a seizure, and his tongue sticking out. It's like, oh my god! When you watch that scene, it really looks like that guy's in pain, like horrible pain, like he's about to die. And then the special effects, just all of a sudden, just blood splats out on the inside of the shirt. They're like, and then it bursts out, and oh man, just the animatronics for that alien, it just looks so real. And that was their real reaction. I mean, this is relatively well-known knowledge at that point, but particularly the actress who played Lambert, they were told that there was going to be a little bit of fake blood that would be sprayed on them, and they were like, okay, that's fine. But the actress who played Lambert, it just so happened, they didn't plan it this way, but just an entire huge just jet of blood just ended up spraying right in her face, and she was like, ah! And she backed up and she fell on the ground. And she thought, when she was on the ground, she thought that the shot had already ended, but right before she got back in view of the camera, she realized oh crap, they're still filming. So she got back into character instantly, and then started screaming and doing that again. And everyone in that scene was just so gross, and you see their faces, they're like, and that's their real reaction. They didn't realize it would be that disgusting and horrible and violent. And it's some of the actors hadn't even seen what the alien looked like yet, so they were just, really shocked in that scene. And it's one of the most iconic scenes in all of film. It's really horrifying. It's very violent. It's more violent than any of the chestbursters in any of the other Alien films. It's just, excellent scene. So iconic. It's just incredible. And, Okay, backtracking a little bit. Before you get the chest burster, you get the face hugger. Now, face huggers scare me more than anything. I'm not kidding. When I first saw, like I said, I first saw AVP before I ever saw an Alien film. When I first saw AVP, the face huggers, oh my gosh, that I can't even describe how much those things terrified me. Just the thought, the thing just jumping on your face and planting a tube down your throat, playing an alien in your chest, and just waiting on your face for several hours and being off. Although, in AVP it was just a couple minutes and that was stupid, but just it really terrified. To this day, I saw AVP when I was like 6 years old. To this day, whenever I go to sleep, I always have the covers like over my mouth, and like when I was younger, like whenever it was dark in the house, I would always just like have my hand covering my mouth. Like to this day, that I mean, I kind of gotten over it, but just still, it's like it really terrifies me, face huggers, and yeah, it's just it's much creepier in the Alien films than it is in AVP. It's just I don't even want to talk about it anymore. They just face huggers the xenomorph is terrifying, but face huggers scare me even more. That's just a personal thing. But anyway, so yeah, and then of course the alien gets out, and after a couple hours, the alien grows, and it starts attacking the crewmates, and they just have to survive. And what you get is a haunted house film in space, essentially, but with a sci-fi setting. Now, it's kind of debatable whether this movie leans more into the horror aspect or the sci-fi aspect. Obviously, this is both a great horror film and a great sci-fi film. Personally, while the sci-fi setting is very prevalent, I mean, pretty much everywhere you look, spaceships, shot to space, technology, pseudo-advanced technology, because they still have, like, the big computer monitors and, the blocky keys that you have to type, but I really like that retro futurism aspect of the movie, and I really like that they ported that over to the game Alien Isolation. But anyway, yeah, I do think this leans a little bit more into being a horror film, specifically a slasher film. Essentially, what the alien is, it's Michael Myers, but as just a disgusting, horrifying looking monster. And like, don't get me wrong. Like, I was saying that the facehugger scares me more than anything, but like the alien is really the most terrifying monster in all of film. Like all incarnations of the xenomorph, when you take them all together, they're all just overall. The xenomorph is the scariest thing ever. Nothing scares me more than the xenomorph. It's just terrifying, and I mean, this film was like seriously a traumatic experience for a fair amount of people back in the day. I mean, like a lot of people just loved it. They're like, oh, that was so scary, but so awesome. Like some people were like really deeply disturbed and just like couldn't get over it for a while and just were horrified by this. And I understand why that's the main reason that so many critics at the time didn't really like it. There are some smart people out there like Roger Ebert. He gave the film 4 stars. And yeah. Anyways, if I'm going back and forth and getting things all mixed around and jumbled, I apologize, guys. But I know I'm just trying to get all the information out. I'm just trying to bring you guys an in-depth review. But yeah, also, this has the best jump scare ever. Alien, there are other jump scares that come close, like Jurassic Park when the Velociraptor jumps out behind Laura Dern. Oh gosh. And Jaws, like pretty much any part to where the shark just all of a sudden bursts out of the water. Oh gosh. To this day, like Jaws still makes me jump. Alien, best jump scare I've ever seen in my entire life. Period. Just Dallas, he's in the vents. He's looking around. That's a really intense scene. He's with the flamethrower. He's just shooting all over the place. He's like, where is it? Where is it? And he's just climbing around. He gets to the bottom of the ladder. He looks to the right. Nothing there. Looks over. Just the alien jumps out. Like when I first saw this, I was actually watching it on a portable DVD player. Like the first time I saw Alien all the way through, I watched it on a portable DVD player. I was just sitting on a couch. This was my reaction as soon as it jumps out. Like seriously, that terrified me so bad. It's an incredible jump scare right there, and you don't see anything all of a sudden. And also later in the movie, when Ripley, she thinks she's gotten away from the alien, and she's on the ship, and she's like sorting things out, and there are just these tubes on the wall, that are built into the ship. And then all of a sudden, just bam, just the hand pops out toward her face, and she just jumps back and freaks out and starts screaming. And then you realize as soon as you see the hand pop out, that's what because you see these tubes on the wall, and there's one tube that slightly sticks out a little bit, and you realize like that's the alien's head right there, but you don't notice it because all the tubes look almost the same as what the alien's slick, almost see-through head looks like, and so that was a perfect disguise for the alien just creep in there and just get into the wall. And it's just a great jump scare. It really made me jump when I saw that. It's a scary movie. And also, like, speaking of the intensity that this movie brings, like the entire last 20 minutes, the suspense is seriously almost unbearable. You're just watching, like, it's really intense and bothersome, but in the best way. This is, oh man, such a great movie. And also, I didn't even think to mention the android. Ash, he's just, oh man, I actually didn't know that was in the movie. Like, funny thing, in Aliens, like, you see them, or you hear them mention, like, because I saw Aliens before I saw Alien, actually, and so, yeah, I saw AVP, and then I saw Aliens, and then I watched Alien, finally, out of order. But anyway, so in Aliens, they mentioned that there's an android that malfunctioned on the ship. I thought that they were talking about Kane for some reason. Like, I was like, what, does Ripley blame him for getting an alien popped into his chest or something? I don't know. I was young and dumb when I saw Aliens. I didn't connect the dots. I was just paying attention to Aliens, not really thinking about anything. I was just paying attention to, the plot line of Aliens, not really trying to think back to Alien. And so all of a sudden, when Ash, he starts bleeding the white blood, I was like, he's an android. And then he gets his head knocked off, and there's all the white blood sprayed. I was like, oh gosh. Because, like, that really surprised me. That was a great twist, and I did not know about that before seeing the movie, and so that, like, shocked me, like, just about as much as everyone else was shocked in theaters back in 1979. Although maybe not quite as much, because before that point, you didn't have, the other sequels, and it hadn't even been established that they were androids, and so all of a sudden, when the thing's head just pops up and there's the white blood spraying out, everyone was just like, oh, what is that, But anyway, great twist. Oh, and such an intense scene when he's just, like, trying to strangle Ripley with that magazine, just, oh, man, and he just, like, Parker grabs onto him, but then he just, like, grabs his chest right there and squeezes. Parker's like, ah, and, oh, great scene. I'm just fanboying out and gushing, basically, but, oh, man, just Alien. Such an awesome movie. Top 20 favorite movies of all time, definitely. I think it's, like, number 17 or 18. I haven't looked at my list. Yes, I have my top 25, actually, favorite movies of all time sorted out in order. Shut up. Anyways, yeah, I'm that guy. Anyways, overall, man, I could go on talking about Alien for a much longer time than this, but I don't want to just keep on going. I mean, this video is already, like, getting close to 25 minutes, so I'm just going to cut it off in a second, but Alien absolutely gets an A+. It's just one of the greatest films ever made, one of the greatest sci-fi films, one of the greatest horror films, just so terrifying, so beautiful to look at, just great acting, great characters, the monster is iconic. I love the alien, it's just so great. This movie is incredible, the twist with the android is great, the chest burster scene is just ridiculously incredible, just Alien is an A+ film. Few movies are as good as Alien. And as for the gore rating, no, I was a little bit on the fence. Like, I was thinking, like, maybe since, like, what gore you do see for the most part, you only see for a split second, maybe I'll just give it kind of bloody. But I was like, well, you know what, okay, since, like, there's brains sticking out and there's blood splatter and, there's blood dripping, and then there's the chest burster scene, of course, which is really gory, so I guess I'll give it a fairly bloody 4 out of 7. But then I was like, you know what, the chest burster scene is, like, really iconic for how much it shocked people. So, you know what? I'm actually going to push this up to a 5 out of 7. The Alien is pretty bloody. I give it a pretty bloody rating. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and again, I'm really sorry for taking just over a month to get this video to you guys. Man, we're going to, when I upload this video tonight, we're going to, upload the several videos that I already have saved on the memory card, and just upload them and put them on schedule, so you'll get videos for the next next while. I think it will be one video every 2 days. So really sorry guys, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you like this, please rate and comment and subscribe. And if you want to, you can also share. Thanks for sticking with us, guys. Goodbye.